Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is me, Dukect live here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you for joining me, Dukect, on this February evening, on this very interesting night. Thank you so much for listening to me, Dukect. The phone number to call in and connect to me is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. The call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. All right. There's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. A bit interesting news. First things first, Nelson Fraser Jr., a.k.a. former King Mabel, Viscera Big Daddy V, died, passed away at age 43. Someone that young passed away, that's so heartbreaking. And the thing is, he was a huge guy, but he lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Seemed to be doing well, and that was probably what caused his heart attack, and supposedly because he slimmed down so much that the rapid weight loss caused his heart attack. That's shocking, and I think that to me really is shocking. I'm just shocked because I watched him. I liked the King Mabel stuff. I liked the Viscera stuff. Big Daddy V was interesting too. He will be missed, and there's nothing to say. Rest in peace, Nelson Fraser Jr., and my prayers and thoughts go to his family and friends. Moving on, there's some interesting news with the WWE right now. Have you heard? I heard that there is some good news coming from WWE. There's some good news. That week, a couple of days from now, the WWE Network is some good news. But that's, my friends, some more good news, some more good positive news for WWE, because they need it right now, because a lot of bad news come from WWE. Hulk Hogan is returning. In fact, he's going to be hosting WrestleMania 30. In fact, there's supposedly going to be him being the GM. Yeah, Hulk Hogan as general manager. Haven't heard that in the war before. Okay, that's be interesting. But at least he's not going to be in a wrestling role. And now supposedly he's going to be, not only that, but Paul Bearer is going to be in the Hall of Fame. They're thinking about putting him in the Hall of Fame. Also, Scott Hall might be doing it this year. Not only Scott Hall, but they say Kevin Nash. I'm surprised Kevin Nash is gone this year. But anyway, yeah, it's very interesting stuff. But there's some bad news to WWE. I got some bad news for you. Supposedly, the Dish Network is not going to be broadcasting the WWE pay-per-view in the Elimination Chamber. Since they don't like the WWE Network showing their pay-per-views, not getting any money from them, they're saying, you know what, they're not going to do this. In fact, they're not the only ones. In fact, the AT&T Uverse subscribers, supposedly that they weren't going to show it, but it's back on their website, and the WWE confirmed that they're still carrying the show. And it looks like supposedly that one source in Comcast that employees in the customer service are being prepped how to handle calls regarding the company no longer carrying WWE pay-per-views after Sunday's Elimination Chamber. And Comcast serves 22 million subscribers in the United States. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. The WWE, if they lose not only Dish Network, but also Comcast, they better hope this WWE Network becomes a big story. This is a really big stuff. This is big news. And I hope the W Network does succeed. I want to, because I think this is a brilliant idea. I think someday the W Network should be doing this. I mean, this is what the future of television is going to be. And I think it will actually get more people into WE and what have you, having this program schedule revolving around them. But, yeah, I think this could actually kill this thing. I think the WE Network could kill this. Looks like it's going to kill the this might actually really be a very negative thing for the WE Network. This could actually be a very bad thing. Very bad and very negative outlook. It looks like, to me, that when we see this stuff here, that Comcast is supposedly going to fourth wall, the website I'm getting this is from the Freaking Awesome Networks. It's some news and notes, pro boards. This is all speculation for the most part. This network is doing this as they are cutting off people out there. I mean, and by the way, with the W Network and everything else, there's also people who can't get the internet. There are people out there who they can't get DSL, they can't get anything any line. They can't get the most fastest line out there because, well, they're in the middle of the sticks. They're in the middle of nowhere. And the best they can do is satellite television and DirecTV. And if they can't get DirecTV or what have you, well, guess what? On Dish Network say, hey, I can't order it, so, and then the internet is basically on dial-up. They have no choice but to go on dial-up. I don't think they can actually do that. They can't afford to go on here. So, yeah, this is going to be something that a lot of people are going to be like, what? What in the world is going to happen? What in the world W is going to do? How are they going to do? How are they going to actually, do this time? Because this is a huge risk, a very huge risk. And honestly, the sad part is this is the only way people in the sticks, whatever, can get the WWE, to watch their pay-per-views, other than wait like 3 or 4 months to get the DVD or what have you. And that to me is something. Well, it's depressing. And I don't know what is the solution here. I mean, if the WWE loses this and the television negotiations, which they are television negotiations right now, if this does not go well, if this stuff doesn't go well, if news negotiations, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to really do. What's going to be what's the word? Again, solution to this. Anyone in the comments section can tell me about this, how stupid this is or what have I. know Ecstasy 89 is going like, dude, here's the problem with this. I give like a long reply, but I want some solutions to this because I don't know what else is there. I just don't know what's going to be the solution to this with this problem. And if this stuff continues to go forward, because I hope the WWE has plans for this, because if they did not have any plans or knew that these organizations would be acting this way, well, guess what, people? Well, guess what? They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be there's going to be some consequences to it. So I don't know what to do here for the WWE. This looks like it's going to be a very interesting road to hold for them for a while. Anyway, we'll be right back right after this because I want to get some interesting songs here that I haven't played for you here on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back, and we'll be talking a little about another thing that's in a bit of a trouble spot. The people behind Bioshock, Irrational Games, they're in a bit of trouble. No, I mean beyond trouble. They're shutting down, and I'll give you the reasons why. Well, and everything else after the song. Little break here on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you for listening to me, Dukect live here on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back right after this. live here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number, as always, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. When the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Well, ladies and gentlemen, people will say there's no gaming crash or things are going around. People are like, oh, don't worry, dude, you're going crazy. You're talking crazy talk. You know, the gaming industry is stronger than ever and everything else, blah, 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 blah. But when you see this, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Bioshock creator, Irrational Games. The people who made Bioshock 1, 2, 3. Personally, I think the third game, Bioshock Infinite, very good title. I haven't played the DLC yet, but a very interesting game. I think Bioshock has done a very good. I mean, the people behind them are very good. Even the worst of the Bioshock games, Bioshock 2, it got bad. I mean, there's some good stuff into it, or what have you. But the Irrational Games co-founder, Kevin Levine, confirms all but 15 people will lose their jobs as he starts up a smaller, more entrepreneurial endeavor for Take-Two. Are you kidding me? That is amazing. And here it is. Him. And I quote from Kevin Levine. He says, I am winding down Irrational Games as you know it. I'll be starting a smaller and more I can't speak. Yes. Tell me in the comments how bad my speaking is, by the way. Live broadcasting is awesome. Maybe I'll keep this stuff in. More entrepreneurial, more entrepreneurial endeavor at Take-Two. I can't pronounce it. Entrepreneurial. Yes, that's the best I can do. Sorry. Make fun of my pronouncing in the comments section. Go ahead. You have my permission. Endeavor. Entrepreneurial. Yes, there it is. Endeavor at Take-Two. This is going to mean parting ways with all but about 15 members of the Irrational team. There's no great way to lay people off, and our first concern is to make sure that the people who are leaving have as much support as we can give them during this transition. Wow. But honestly, there are some good that actually people who are Irrational Games, people let go. They're also going to offer some financial support for the people who are affected in the move, as well to meet with other Take-Two studios. So they'll say, okay, these guys didn't do anything wrong. We're going to just shuffle them around and go over to Take-Two studios for future employment. So, in fact, they're going to host a recruiting day where third-party studios and publishers can meet outgoing Irrational game developers. Wow, that's pretty cool with them. I mean, that's pretty cool by the guys from Irrational Games. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Like, that's awesome. As for his new product, Levine says, in time. The new product will be announced in time. The goal for the new endeavor will be to make narrative-driven games for the core gamer that are highly replayable. Whatever the form this new project ends up taking, it will be digitally delivered, he added. Also says, 17 years is a long time to do any job, even the best one. And working with the incredible team at Irrational Games is indeed the best job I've ever had. While I'm deeply proud of what we have accomplished together, my passion has turned to making a different kind of game than we've done before. To meet the challenge ahead, I need to refocus my energy on a smaller team with a flatter structure and more direct relationship with gamers. In many ways, it will return to how we started, a small team making games for the core gaming audience. Yeah. And here's something interesting about this right here is that, that honestly, when these huge, and this is amazing that, interesting that, that here it is, something he said about the future of Bioshock. He says, I'm handing the reins of our creation, the Bioshock universe, to 2K Games, so our new venture can focus entirely on replayable narrative. If we're lucky, we'll build something half as memorable as Bioshock. I hope so too, but this right here, honestly, it means something that in the AAA producers of these games, and trust me, Bioshock is a AAA game. I don't care what type of people say it is, say it's not, it is. And this right here, so maybe it cost a little too much. It cost a little too much to make these games bigger, better, all this type of stuff, all these bells and whistles, the marketing, and all this type of stuff. And trust me, even though the game does well, even though the game sells enormously well and all this stuff, but when you have a studio still have to close down, and you're going to tell me the game industry, there's nothing wrong with the game industry at this point? I mean, you look at some industries, like, for example, Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider game, which I will keep harping at this, and until someone can tell me that, you know, I'm crazy or whatever, that the new Tomb Raider game, remember, it's sold very well. It's sold very well, but yet still do not succeed the standards of Square Enix. It's the same with Resident Evil. It's still underperformed after selling, 5-6 million copies? I mean, what the heck? I mean, this is amazing. What's going on here? It's just getting too. This place, the game industry, right now is in a very bad place. This is a very troubling place the game industry is right now. And now you have Xbox One. The Xbox One sales aren't doing too well. I mean, stories like this, you know, it's not selling as it's supposed to do. It's amazing. It just seems like a lot of people are like, wow, this is, and everything else is, well, let's look at this. It's just right here, innovation, the techdirt.com, it's a blog right here. It's basically, when you look at the sales, it's just the Xbox One is lagging behind the PS4 and the PlayStation 4 consoles. It's just, this really is something that, you know, people, I'm worried about this. I mean, once gaming is, when console makers, I don't want to get into the whole Wii U disaster, too. It just seems like this is not a sign of a healthy industry. This is not a sign of an industry that is, you know, like, wow, you know, this is still alive, still kicking, still, you know, doing all this type of stuff. And to me, it's just industry that is crumbling before our eyes. These lost sales, people, you know, they say it's recession-proof, but guess what? I think it's not. And, you know, gaming is going to go through a huge shakeup. It might not be today or tomorrow, but I think by 2015, I foresee Capcom going under. I foresee, I see Warner Brothers Interactive might be hitting some. I mean, heck, with the crap they did with Batman Arkham Origins, I wouldn't be surprised the next Batman game might suffer because of the sins of the former. I would not be surprised if that happened. You know, I just foresee these things slowly but surely happening, and with the skyrocketing cost to make these games, the skyrocketing cost to market these games, these video games, these AAA games, I guarantee you, people, that this stuff right here, this will bankrupt the industry. You'll see a lot more third-party developers taking less risks. And trust me, when the first-person shooters market is dying, hell, I saw a preview of Wolfenstein. They're bringing back Wolfenstein. They're bringing back Nazis again. They're bringing back World War II again. Granted, it's a alternate universe World War II game, but still, people, what the hell, guys? Come on, we need to move on from this. And I'm not against first-person shooters, but damn, people, move on. And this is what's killing the industry right now. And this is going to happen multiple cases of this. And I guarantee you, by 2015-16, I don't think that there will be something huge. Not just Capcom or what have you might go down. Hell, I would not be surprised if EA might go under as well. That's my record right here. That's my guarantee. By 2015, EA will be bought out or will go bankrupt. That's my thing, because I know Capcom is on its way. It's on death's door, and I will not be surprised if one of the major. That is my shot in the dark. Electronic Arts will go bankrupt in 2015. They will be sold off. They will sold by EA. Believe me, this will happen. Anyway, if I'm wrong, hey, we can all sit back and laugh at it. But when you look at the direction of the industry right now, tell me right now, am I wrong? Is this going to? Am I going crazy? But when you look at the trends right now, would you be surprised if you hear EA just go? It just disappears. Whew. Well, that was a short podcast. Short but sweet. It wasn't short. It was short but not really sweet. I need to find some positive stories, man. People in the comments, give me a positive story I can talk about next week. What have you? I need to find some and everything else. Anyway, that's it for me, Dukect on this Dukect Lounge podcast. Thank you so much for listening to me, Dukect. Oh, and people say, well, are you going to preview Elimination Chamber? Oh, hell no. I'm not going to be previewing that. Why? Because, honestly, I don't care about the WWE. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about it. I am just burnt out with the WWE. And the only time I keep up with it is at the fan message boards. The freaking awesome message boards right here, and what have you. That's the only time I keep up with it. And the people who subscribe and friend with us online. So that's how I keep up with the fans about the WWE. That's what I keep up with it. Because honestly, I haven't watched the full show since the Royal Rumble, and that was for a podcast. It was for a podcast. A podcast, the Suplex Brothers podcast. Look at me in the description about that episode somewhere around. I'll find it and I'll put it up there. Anyway, I'm rambling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to me, Dukect, on the Dukect Lounge podcast. Thank you so much. It's Dukect here. Peace, love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.